Hey, what's going on with you guys, man? So you guys see by the title what we're about to talk about. Um, a lot of misdirection going on, a lot of ducking that seems to be going on, a lot of protection plans going on around in his boxing game. And the main culprit of this has to be Top Rank with Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez, right? So you would think for somebody like Shakur Stevenson, highly touted prospect, somebody who's going up the rankings, champion at 126, now champion at 130. You would think a guy he's been kind of, I guess you could say chasing. I don't even know if you want to really say chase. Well, I'm gonna say chasing, right? Because Oscar Valdez was the champion at 126, and when Shakur was his mandatory, he moved up to 130, right? So you be like, all right, maybe he can't make the weight no more, right? Maybe he just can't make the weight. He's struggling to make weight. Give him a little bit. We'll give him a pass, right? A little bit of a pass, even though he should have took that smoke. But he moves up to 130 now. He gets a belt. But you notice he doesn't go the WBO route. He goes the WBC route. Pretty smart. They set that up because they had Miguel Burchelt, another Mexican fighter. They try. How they build it up, like the Mexican style fights, make for good boxing or whatnot. I'm not too mad at that, right? But it was real strategic for him to go up the WBC route. Um, and I guess it just made a little bit more sense than the Jamel Herring route. Because then you could set up a unification, right? You could set up the unification. That would be another fight you could mix and match, right? You got the top ring guys. They top ring kind of got 126, 130, 135. They kind of got that on lock, right? So they're just gonna keep mixing and matching like the PBC does with 147, 154, whatnot. But like I said, man, it's the heavy protection plan, right? So now Shakur moves up to 130. He gets a belt. He's not fighting for a vacant belt. He takes the WBO belt off the champion Jamel Herring, and now it's a whole bunch of misdirection going on. So even before the fight happened, you had Bob Arum and a few other people talking about Oscar Valdez versus Manuel Navarrete at 130, a guy who's at 126. They're talking about him now going up to 130 to fight Oscar Valdez. So what happens here with Shakur? He's been calling out Valdez for a minute, and now, all right, you could say, all right, maybe he didn't have a big enough name. We're not gonna fight him yet. Okay, now his name is gotten even bigger. I'm not gonna say he's selling out any, like, he's not selling on no arenas or anything like that. But Oscar Valdez isn't either. But now you set up for a perfect. It's like everything is coming together. Now you can just unify with Shakur. You got the WBC. He has the WBO. Let's make it happen. We're both on top rank. There should be no reason this fight doesn't happen, right? But like I said, the misdirection is coming. They're calling for the Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete fight. They want a guy to come up from 126 to 130 and get that shot over Shakur, who's been calling out Valdez for at least 2, 3 years now. And now he's in a perfect prime position to get that fight. And it will be an even bigger fight than if they would have fought at 126 because it will be a unification fight. Now you're talking about Navarrete, man. And now you see, if I don't know if you guys are heavy on social media or not, but you see the talk about Shakur versus Tank, Shakur versus Lomachenko now. Why should Lomachenko? First of all, Lomachenko has already stated that he's staying at 135. He wants to become a champ again at 135. He definitely wanted that TO smoke, and he has a fight coming up with Richard Comey in December, and that would probably put him in line to be a mandatory for either. I don't know if that will be in the IBF rankings, WBC, what it will be, but I'm pretty sure. Let me take a look real quick. We're gonna go to boxing scene rankings. I just want to see real quick. I'm pretty sure this is updated. Let's go. We're gonna go to the browser, right? Let's see where Lomachenko is at in the rankings at 135. So he's number one for the WBO. He's not. Oh no, he's not. He's not an IBF. He's. Oh no, he is, but he's number six. But where is Richard Comey? So Richard Comey is number four. So number four versus number one. Now I'll probably put him in line for the WBO off rip to be a mandatory by next year. You also got him number one for the WBC. Is Comey in the WBC rankings? Oh yeah, he is. He's number five. So either way, he's already likely gonna be in prime position after. But I wouldn't even say WBC because I'm just now thinking about it. It's about to be Jojo Diaz, who I don't know. Is that technically still a mandatory because Jojo Diaz was about to fight Ryan Garcia. Like Jojo Diaz, I think he's the interim, right? He's the interim, right? And now he's about to fight Jojo. He was about to fight Ryan Garcia to become mandatory. It was weird stuff going on. Some type of eliminator or whatever to see who's gonna fight Devin Haney. But now that he's fighting Haney, well, it's not official yet. But now if he fights Haney, I wonder what happens there. Um, but like I said, I think Devin Haney's gonna be tied up with the WBC, so that definitely puts him in line for this for that to be a WBO mandatory soon. So that fight will be coming up probably. I'll say within the next year. Loma should be fighting for one of those belts again. So it doesn't make much sense to have him fight Shakur now. I mean, it will be a good fight. That's a fight I will actually pay to watch. But like I said, man, stop running in misdirection. Stop trying to put the sheet over our eyes, man. Just tell us anything, bro. And then, like I said, they also have, like I said, they got the Lomachenko fight they're trying to throw at us, and they got the Oscar Valdez versus Navarrete fight. When nobody asked for that, nobody asked for that fight. Nobody asked. Oh yeah, and they got the Shakur versus Tank propaganda going on. Come on, bro. We all know Tank is not coming down to 135, right? I mean to 130. He vacated the the WBA belt just because he's probably not gonna ever make that weight ever again, and that's why you have God damn it, Chris Colbert about to fight Roger Gutierrez for that belt. Basically, that's what it's coming down to. They're about to fight for the WBA. Tank vacated the super belt. Um, but also with that being said, let's take a look at a few things. A few things. Tank kind of pointed. I said Tank. Shakur pointed this out a little bit on Twitter. We're gonna go back. Let's take a look. He has some complaints. He said, "Now we've been calling out Valdez for how long now? Now I see top ranking reporters with a voice talking about Valdez versus Navarrete. So now after taking the belt from the champ and the best performance of my career, we're talking Valdez fighting a 126 pounder. Come on now." He's having that complaint and rightfully so. Now we also I wanna read this article a little bit just because it got some of the quotes uh that we can that will be important to this video. Okay, so Arum has informed Boxing Scene and other outlets, however, that he's interested in putting together an all Mexican showdown between Valdez, who's 30-0 with 23 knockouts, a WBC super featherweight champion, and Navarrete, who's 35-1 with 29 KOs, who now owns the WBO featherweight title. He wants to put together that fight. Like I said, Top Rank promotes Navarrete, Stevenson, and Valdez, which makes either of those belts relatively easy to make. Now, this is a quote from Shakur. There is no other fight. I feel like that's a lame thing to do. I feel like Navarrete is a 126 pounder. He only got the 126-pound belt. I've been calling for Valdez. I would feel like Bob is protecting Valdez if he go do that. So I doubt he'll do that. Now, Shakur he knows damn well Valdez is probably about to fight Navarrete, but he's saying I doubt he'll do that to put a little pressure on Top Rank and Bob to make that fight, the unification fight happen between him and Valdez. But it's like I'm saying, like I said, it's a lot. It's the protection plan, right? So this is what they're basically doing to Shakur, right? They're probably gonna match him up with like some. They probably gonna match him up with like somebody we don't care to watch. By the time they set up Valdez and Navarrete, right? But look, they're gonna milk Valdez for everything, right? Because this is honestly, if you look at it like this, this is a win-win for Top Rank. Whether like either it well, this is a win for Top Rank if they put Valdez versus excuse me, Navarrete, and they match those two guys up, right? First of all, everybody loves the Mexican style fight. Navarrete is a pressure fighter. He throws those punches from all type of angles. That fight will probably be a bloodbath and probably end in a KO. That's so that I can understand it from that perspective, but you also have to take into account that Valdez is still he's not old, but he's up there, man. He's 30 years old. Um, and you still kind of want to milk him for all that he's worth, right? He's in that Canelo camp. He's still a guy that he's gonna bring you some decent amount of money whenever he fights. He still has a decent fan base. You'll put him on the West Coast, probably sell out a few venues and everything like that. So you put him against Shakur right now, and he loses. He doesn't have that belt that kind of lowers his status a little bit, and then he probably goes a little bit downhill from there, especially seeing that he's only getting older. He hit 30, and he's already been in a few wars. If you guys watch a lot of Oscar Valdez old fights, man, he was a guy that was banging a lot, man. I don't know if he makes it to 35, like and still being a top fighter. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying 35 and he's dead or anything like that. I just mean like I don't know if he'll still be a great fighter at 34, 33 maybe. So you gotta get him. You gotta milk him for what he can get. For what you can get right now. So I understand it from that point, but we don't want to see that fight. We want Shakur versus Valdez. And then you also got to look at it like this, right? Let's say Valdez loses to Navarrete, which I think is like that's a real possibility. I wouldn't bet any money on Valdez versus Navarrete. They could still set up Shakur versus Valdez, so they still going. Yeah, it's not going to be as big because it's not a unification fight, but it's still going to be a fight that's going to still sell because the Mayweather. You know what Mayweather says, the blueprint, man. Got the black fighter versus the Mexican fighter. You bringing both fan bases together, come together. It's gonna do good numbers. And then you can always build it up by saying Shakur's been calling out Valdez for the longest. So even off of a loss, even if Valdez takes his first loss, you can still make some decent money with Shakur. And then I wouldn't even put it past Top Rank that they put a rematch clause in there with Navarrete and Valdez. Navarrete gets the upset, and then they run it back. So you cannot put that past Top Rank. Definitely not out the realm of possibilities. So I understand everything, but like I'm gonna keep saying, man, the protection plan is real. Now let's hear some other things about Shakur talking about Lomachenko and everything like that. Let me make sure this audio is good. And I also want to play a video too, audio from something that shows you that Valdez uh, has kind of agreed to fight Shakur, but he didn't stand on it. Like it wasn't bold in what he was saying. So let me play this audio real quick first. This is from Shakur in his press conference after his Jamel Herring victory.
He was saying at 135. I've been called his name out several times. I called out Oscar Valdez on ESPN. I said Lomachenko first. So at the end of the day, I'm down for a fight. I don't with everything.
Duck, no action.
Lomachenko before. I'm down with that too.
All
But
right,
last
now
is,
let's play the second part of that.
yeah, I need every title that every day I need to be undisputed. I saw TFM do it. I need that happen for me too.
So he told you right there, bro. He told you. He basically said he don't want to leave 130 until he's undisputed. So that takes the Lomachenko fight off the table. If Lomachenko staying at 135, which Lomachenko has already stated that he wants to stay at 135 and get the titles back. Um, I don't know where we go from there, but I also have this Valdez audio that I'm gonna play too. I should have actually timestamped it. It's only like a 4 minute video. I'll skip halfway through it because I think it was towards the end of the video, but we'll play a little bit of it. And he
It still
basically,
finds you, right? It still finds you in the interviews We're not here to bash you about that. We're here to basically say, okay, that's
We're
getting
gonna
the
skip
victory
till we
here
find
is
him talking
basically
about
outcome.
Shakur versus Heron. Shakur Heron.
Uh, focus much as possible on the fight. The fight was a complicated fight, but
And this audio, was from after he beat I think the dude was named like Robinson Conceição or something like that. He actually got a little bit worked in that fight too. So I know he's not fucking with Shakur. But let's continue the audio.
move on to the bigger things, bigger and better things.
What's next for you now? I know that you're barely, you had a night to think about what's going on. Obviously, big fight down in Atlanta, and you're thinking about that as well. Are you just right now going to focus on making healing time for you and getting away from all this and just kind of looking towards positive future, or you're getting ready to figure out what you want to do here?
Rest for pretty much a week, and from there on, start training again. Bob Arum was announced to bring me. He said it's a big fight coming up in 2022. The winner, Jermaine Henry and Shakur Stevenson.
Right.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. And
We
then
heard-
that question
hold
was being asked.
Heard him. He said Bob Arum told him. So this is what I'm saying. This video was put out September 11th, right? Nobody was thinking about Emmanuel Navarrete. Everybody was thinking about, all right, whoever wins between Shakur and Jamel Herring will fight Oscar Valdez in a good unification fight. But uh, I don't know, man.
He says it's a big fight coming up in 2022. The winner, Jermaine Henry and Shakur Stevenson.
Right.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. That question was being asked way before this fight, and I said I gotta take this fight seriously with
Right.
Robson because it's gonna be a tough fight. I can't take that fight lightly. And we all saw that he was tough.
Right. Well, it was a tough fight, and again, your perseverance, not only just for this, man, but for everything.
But there you go, right there, man. He was on that Bob Arum top rank there on that bullshit, man. And that's about it for the video, man. I would love to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Top Rank is executing the protection plan for Oscar Valdez or what? I would love to see what you guys say in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm out of here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. Get my views up there, man. Get my right now I think I'm at 2,500, man. Goal. But I'll say end of November, get to 3,000 subscribers, man. Get me up there. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Peace.